Okay. Failure is your key to success. What horse are you talking about? Right. Think about it this way. When a baby is born and they learn to crawl, and then when they try to stand, they fall. They try to stand, they fall. They try to stand, they fall. Now, if they don't fail, if they just fall over and stop, we'd all still be lying on the ground. So a key success for a baby is to keep failing. And eventually they stand, right? When you try to learn to swim, if you just fail and stop, you drown or you never swim. When you learn to ride a bike, you fall off, you fail, you stop, and you'd never get anywhere. Now, somewhere along the line of us growing up, there's a doctrine that it's a bad thing to fail. So if you fail your exams, if you fail your English test, if you fail whatever it is you tried to do, if you fail and stop, that's the failure. It's not failing, it's stopping. So the key in business, switch this over to business, is 100% fail. And keep trying, keep standing up, keep trying to pedal those wheels, keep trying to swim, because eventually it leads to success. Now, using this analogy, the key to success becomes failing, but not enough to die. So the baby falls, but it doesn't die. The kid on the bike falls, but it doesn't die. The swimmer falls, but grabs the side, or swims in a pool that's deep enough to stand. So the key is to fail a little bit. And eventually you swim, you ride the bike, you walk, you stand, and you have success. And it's exactly the same in business. But I see so many people, they don't even try. And they make 1,000 excuses. Now, the problem with that for me is you analyze an industry, you see an opening, and you can always make 1,000 reasons why you shouldn't. But if you can find one reason why you should, I think you should go for it. So, putting this into what we did, we set up a rental website. It failed. We flipped it, that same site, to e-commerce. The failure of the rental business wasn't enough. We were able to grab the side. We were able to stand up again. We were able to pedal the bike again. We were able to flip it into an e-commerce store because no one at the time wanted to rent. It was a business model that we gave it a go. We thought it might work. It didn't. So we very quickly changed. And that is also key. When a baby falls down, it immediately tries to stand back up. So immediately be ready to, I hate the word pivot, but I'm going to use the word pivot. If you start a business and you can see, I need to take this direction. So you set up a warehouse and you suddenly realize that providing logistics for other companies is better than providing your own logistics for your own e-commerce business. Suddenly you realize that you would prefer to just be the warehouse for others. You're shipping goods from China, but you suddenly realize you actually just want to arrange the shipment. You don't want to be the person with the goods, or you just want to be the person with the goods and not arrange the shipment. There's all these areas that you can take a business down and navigate or just add on other strings. So, okay, we've got the rental business and we will also set up an e-commerce channel because the rental one isn't quite humming yet. And we have capacity to set up an e-commerce business next to it. So I always think, unless you can't find a reason to try, give it a go. If you look at Amazon now, it's $1 trillion company. It started, as we all know the story, it started with books, e-tailing books. Now, on its journey from there to now, where it sells everything, has the servers that you can use, has the Kindle, has they've had 1,000 failures. Loads of their products failed. I think Amazon made a mobile phone, failed. There's a whole list of Amazon failures, but what they haven't done is stop trying. They've done the Kindle, they've done the Alexa, they've done the Amazon servers. They still run Amazon. They have the Amazon third-party sellers. There's so many things they've tried, and they keep trying new things. And I really like that approach to business. You're doing one thing, but you see space for another, so you jump into it. Don't just do it for no reason, but if you see a space that's needed. So I'm guessing Amazon servers, they realized we need servers, and they probably went to look into using a server company, and they just realized, you know what, we've got enough capital. We can probably do this server thing ourselves. So they did. And now Amazon needs couriers. So to begin with, they used to use all the regular ones, DPD, Every, it used to be called Hermes. They used them all. And now they're like, you know what, we can just do our own courier network. And so they have. Now there's Amazon lorries driving around and Amazon delivery trucks driving around. So they've never stopped, because they just realize, we can just there's this other area we can do in-house without paying another party their margin. And I think it's a great model. It also gives you growth, because what you do need to do, and it's one thing I didn't realize until a decade on, you need to be as big as possible. Don't worry about let's rephrase that. You need to make money, but it all needs to go back into the business, because you need to grow. You need to be huge. You need, on previous presentation, all the revenue needs to go straight back into growth. Don't start taking money out of the business. Pay your staff, don't pay yourself. Churn it straight back into growth, because you need your cost base to be as small as possible and your revenue to be as big as possible. You need to grab market share quickly and aggressively. That's kind of why. That's kind of examples. And that's kind of how. I mean, there's other examples. Dyson, he's now a gazillionaire. He tried 3,000 different versions of the vacuum cleaner. There's loads of examples of failure leading to success. It's the only way to succeed. I actually think you can't succeed without failing. I don't know a single person that's just succeeded. There's always been failures along the way. If you read the book by Phil Knight about Nike, the business for a decade was on the brink of collapse the entire time. It was literally only the day that it was floated or bought out, I can't remember which one, I think it was floated, that they actually had money. Until the day before that happened, they had nothing. They were literally on the brink of collapse. And it's the same. Tesla has been on the brink of collapse. You name the business and I'll tell you the moment it was on the brink of collapse. And I think just general Joe Blow doesn't think that happens. They think the company they work for is just going to be here in 10 years' time. It is very unlikely the company you work for will be here in 10 years' time. Very unlikely. Businesses come and businesses go. So, and if you're wanting to start a business, don't There's a reason not to, 100%. But if you do start it, prepare to pivot, prepare to jump into areas you didn't think were an option, and grow. You cannot grow quick enough, and you cannot have enough money to back your ideas. And whatever you do, don't waste money. Don't frivol it away on a flash company car or flash offices. You need to be as frugal as Jeff Bezos with his, I think he used to use doors on boxes for desks. And I think he still has that mantra of efficiency. So that kind of covers it. I just think it's really key, and you won't really understand until you jump in. But go take a hobby. What are you first going to do when you play chess, when you start an art course, when you do yoga? You're going to be crap. You're going to fail, right? But you're going to keep going because you're interested. It's exactly the same in business. You're going to fail. Just fail little, fail small. And eventually, not eventually, that's a terrible word to use. Keep failing until you succeed. And there is no such thing as succeed. A business is just constantly failing forward. And as long as you can keep paying everyone, you don't go bankrupt. And that's how you do it. Failure, your key to success. That's it.